Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Madcapper. This is a video on Godforge. We are going to be reacting to Godforge Demo 2.0, baby. We're going to see what changes they've made. Blind reaction. So let's find out what's going on. Let's switch right over to the YouTubes. And there it is, Fateless. Godforge 2.0. And let's hit that. And then let's do this.
Hey guys, this is Simon from Fateless. We're going to be bringing you Demo 2.0. What does that mean? So basically, we've had a number of big
Simon, why have we never done a collab? Just asking.
investment type conversations over the last month or so since Gamescom. And as part of those conversations, you kind of go through a pitch deck. You know, these are all the things that we're going to be doing in our game. This is what we stand for as a company. This is what we're driving for over the next 5 years, all that type of stuff. But then if you get through that stage, they say, well, now we need you to send us a build. So it's like, can you guys actually design something cool? But then more importantly, can you execute on it and deliver an actual game? So what we've done is we've built for those businesses, those kind of groups that are looking for that stage. We've built Demo 2.0. And what this does is it really acts as a bit of a roadmap for the game as well. So not just the kind of demo that we've shown you so far. It also gives you some of the features that we're looking to build over the next bit of time. So before we even get into anything, we give these people the teaser, okay, around some of the combat and some of the character designs we've already done, which still feels pretty sweet. And there will be stuff in this video you've seen before if you've been watching along, but also some stuff that might be new to you in terms of what we're doing with the project.
You know when you have that pillar that crumbles in behind, because that's actual gameplay footage. I'm curious if the detail can be ramped up on that, or if whether that would just be an unnecessary drain of resources. It feels a little bit not in line with, especially once you see the kind of enhanced version they had, like the mobile version was kind of amped up with some of the HDR effects and the shading and stuff that really makes characters pop. What if they can do the same to the background? Because it's not that it's bad. It's just it feels like it's not in line with how the characters look. Just a curious thought.
Particularly cool.
Like when you look here, this all looks fine because the background's gonna have that. It almost has an artist, a painted look to it, like a feel. And I think that's how it needs to be because it's a backdrop to the actual what's going on. It's just when it fell, and it was cool that there is background reactions sort of deal. It just felt like it wasn't to the level of the foreground. And
Shamash staring us down, and then we get the kind of reveal. And this is kind of like the intro. Give someone that real kind of feeling of cool. All right. These guys have got something good going on. Also tells people the different devices we're looking to launch with, which is important as well from, you know, assessing us type of point of view. Okay, let's get in. Now, the advice we were given is really important at this stage. Listen up, people.
I'm hearing.
The advice we were given is...
let me guess. This looks like garbage. This doesn't compare to... I'm guessing he's going to say, look, this is just a screen. A starter screen or a placeholder is my guess here.
If it's not finished, make sure it looks very unfinished. So, and that's called white boxing in this type of world. So,
I will say I'm having a little bit of post-traumatic stress disorder triggered by seeing events and tourneys, which if you've ever played Raid Shadow Legends, which if you're on this watching this, you probably have. Look, it's the same event every time. You know, I'm going to do a video probably on the weekend, so maybe we'll drop it Sunday or Monday on the channel about kind of the 5 biggest wishes I have for Godforge. We'll do that later, but let's continue here.
A bit like this screen here. It's not finished, therefore don't try and put something in which looks nearly done, because they'd be like, oh, that's done, and it looks kind of crap. You're better off putting something very white box in so that people understand it's not finished yet. It's just like temporary assets. the way we've done the demo 2.0 for the people that are testing is we're forcing them somewhere. So I'm clicking here, nothing's working.
I think I do like the titling. To me, the titling doesn't remind me. I get titling or you know, the font, the how they've framed it, all that stuff. It doesn't remind me of another game, which is important because I really feel like clones, not where you want to be.
I'm railroading them in to a direction so that they just very quickly get an understanding of, for us, we wanted to get an understanding of battle. So we take them into the battle first. We've got some different elements of the game.
Okay. So this is new as well. So we've got campaign, dungeons, arena, clan boss. That's all pretty expected. Informational on each. This is a pretty standard screen. Again, you see the theming, the back button, the kind of the wallpaper behind that back area has got this. So I like that. I like the clean look and feel. They'll probably zip this up a little bit. I do want to know what the heck this dungeon is. I want to know. Let me click the info. Where's the info? How? Come on, click. I want to click it. Arena, whatever. But I want to click. I want to see what that dude is. Am I the only one? Is there any other hints here? Any other?
And this is, again, not how it will look, but we're just giving people a feel.
Oh.
And in here, I can't go into any of the other areas apart from campaign, which I'm like railroading. But I can click and just be like, okay, well, what does this mean in the game?
Oh, wait. Coordinate with your clan members to strike down the Titan Kronos. Climb over 5 difficulties with new challenges, earn exclusive gear and rewards. So typical clan boss. I mean, it's the same in every other game I've played in this genre. The clan boss is a shared experience among your clan to take down a beast of some sort. Titans are an obvious enemy. I mean, it's an obvious enemy to gods because it's such a big piece of the mythos of you know, the Titans were these hell-bent godlike creatures, hell-bent on destruction and chaos, and it took all the gods to band together and kill them. So to bring them in as the what you got to fight makes sense to me.
So, okay, we're going to have a clan boss. We're going to have different difficulties. We're going to have arena gameplay.
Okay, let's just see here. Now, again, this is nothing, but I do see there's 5 people here. Is that because there's minions, or are you allowed to bring in multiple, or is that just a placeholder? I like the look of the arena. It actually looks like an arena. It looks like some kind of, you know, UFC, ancient UFC. I like that. Dynamic PvP combat on the battlefields of Ishtar. Climb the ladder, so it's a ladder base, which is how they all are to some degree, to become the strongest untarnished across the realm. Skill matters, challenge in all normalized PvP tournaments where your strategic calls define the course of the battlefield. Okay.
Including like normalized modes and sort of some ladder-based arena gameplay. We're going to have dungeons.
See, what is it? Who is this guy? Who is that? I want to fight that. That's awesome. What do we got? Discover 9 dungeons. So now we know how many dungeons. I don't think we knew that before. So there's 9 dungeons where mythical creatures await. Vanquish dragons, giants, guardians, and gods, and retrieve countless treasures, trinkets, and gold. I mean, dungeons are the lifeblood. So the campaign is your early mid-game, or it's your entrance into the mid-game when you finish campaign, typically. Then, of course, campaign usually has multiple difficulties, so then you kind of back and forth until you get done. Dungeons are where you get your upgrades, right? It could be your gear, it could be enhanced abilities, it could be secondary leveling prospects, like in you know, your masteries, for example, in Raid, or you know, things like that. Your scrolls for your skills could be available in here, though notably they're missing from a certain other game. 9 dungeons, so God, that's gonna be interesting. I'm trying to think through my head, because there's Ascension, there's I know usually, I think from what I kind of gathered, is they're following multiple copies ascends your champion, but maybe not. I don't think any of that's been confirmed, but there was probably some sort of leveling up of secondary skill sets. There's still a lot of questions about that god skill set, that extra, the immortal skill, whatever that extra little thing is, and how their ultimate charges up, that sort of thing. So maybe that's through here. Definitely it'll be gear. 9 dungeons, though, is a lot. So maybe there's just going to be fewer drops for more dungeons, or maybe it'll be different slots for different dungeons. I'm curious as to how that's going to go.
Dungeons to fight, and again, just some assets of things which we've got as like concept in or finished 3D assets. Cool. Stuff you'd expect, but then we're kind of railroading them into the campaign.
Right, so here, okay, so the campaign looks like so far and I'm sure they'll be expanding this. This is, you can tell by the background, this is obviously just a placeholder, but they've got the different factions. So Olympus, Avalon, the Kojikai. I apologize to everyone. That's kind of like the Shinto symbol, isn't it? Asgard and Aru, which is Egyptian. Is it Aru? Yeah. Anyway, so that's cool. So the campaign is going to be based on each of the different factions or mythos or whatever you want to call it.
And again, here, very grey box, but just giving people a flavour of what we're doing. And then we take people into...
Oh, okay. So again, a pathway. I'm sure they'll spruce it up a little bit, but that gives you a general idea. You've got, obviously, you're in the deserts of Egypt. You see some fallen temples and stuff. And you see that there's 1, 2, and 3 star. That's pretty.
I love this little pan over
usual.
Here.
You also see at the bottom here, there's rewards. So 21 of 21 stars. He's earned the first thing, which I can't even tell what it is, but there's some kind of there's some kind of crystal or diamond there. There's obviously gold, there's energy, there's more gold, and then there's the 3 summons. I would guess that's summons. So what we don't know is what this 300 is, and that first one looks like a stone of some sort. No, is it gold maybe? Yeah, it's a gold pile. So the first one's gold, the other one's gold, and obviously the I'm sure the amounts there are just placeholders. It would make sense that you get 300 gold each time. I assume you'd get more.
Yeah. We take people into this kind of like demo.
Obviously, you look like this is a definitive end game proposition. You see, there's the pyramids and some kind of tomb type of thing, and the path goes on, obviously, to the next. What I'm curious to see is, can you do these concurrently, or is it linear? Can I say, hey, I don't want to do this. Hey, I just pulled a better champion from a different. Like, does it matter? Actually, does it even matter? Do I have to use Aru champions to defeat this, or can I use any champions to defeat this? I assume any, but do I have to do it linear, or are they all level? So I can go to Avalon if I want to fight Avalon. I can go here if I want to fight here. That'd be a
demo stage that already
is
exists.
campaign linear, or
none of this is collectible, none of it's built yet. But
within each faction, obviously it's linear. But I'm saying without at the faction level, is it linear?
We're basically we're taking people into.
You already see there's a normal, so I assume there'll be a hard and nightmare difficulty, as most game campaigns do.
The demo that we built for Gamescom, and then they can just see gameplay. They can sort of play around with the.
Okay, selection screen. Again, we've seen this before. So there you go. So to max it out, you have to do it with only Aru heroes. I feel like I'm saying that wrong, and I apologize. So kill all enemies is 1 star. No death, 2 stars. 4 heroes. It looks like you can only pick 4. So is that must be something to work on. Can you use 5 or 4? I'm curious. And then only Aru heroes would be, of course, only picking the one hero type to finish it to get your full completion. Enter reliquary. We still don't know exactly what that means. He's kind of teased it, I think, in one of the previous videos, but not a full explanation. You see your build power, your team power here. Setup 3, which means you can preset. Your leader is defense, so it shows you what the aura is. Defense by 20% in all battles. And then, of course, you see all your champions here.
The game mode. Yeah, we're forcing the heroes that you've got to play with. And this is, if you watch the demo, you've already seen this.
Part. This looks familiar.
But here they can kind of like see what people's abilities do. And we can just get the gameplay rolling. So they can either go on auto and like 2 times, or they can just let it run or they can like click around and
Oh,
play
Zeus.
themselves. We got the turn order in here.
Okay.
Do we want to fight in the reliquary? Yes, we do. That's where we get our juicy loot.
Oh. Well, what do you get for just completing it? Just complete it, but if you go in here, you get the juicy. So is the reliquary going to be like you can skip it if you're just doing auto battles to level, or I'm curious about that too.
And it's just been optimized a bit better for PC. I'm playing on PC right now, so the visuals a bit better, but we've not touched at the moment any of the camera stuff, any of the
I would say that this view needs to be improved. I feel like they look very, very low. Like right here, the they don't look very shiny. I don't know what else to put it. I'm sure it's lighting. I'm sure they still have to do all the lighting, dynamics, and effects, which will improve that. But all of them are looking a little bit flat at this stage.
the animations, any of that stuff, it's still exactly the same as what we showed in Gamescom. So if there was any bugs or anything which didn't feel quite right, it's still not going to feel quite right. Nothing's really changed in that sense. All we were doing is basically bringing people now into the rest of.
I do like the changing angles. Like you almost go in and over shoulder when your champion's getting hit or when they're taking their turn, and then it comes out to broad view if it's like an AoE buff, that sort of thing. I like that.
What the game would feel like. There's the Zeus ult laying down Leonidas. And we've got Musashi coming in. Herc does his ult to power up and then gives her a whack. And she's bugged, so she's buffing my team instead of her team. We come up against the Ramses fight. Zeus laying in tons of damage, honestly. Herc doing a bit as well. And we find the final fight is against Anubis. Again, doing a decent amount of damage against us here.
Ooh.
But not enough because we're on the demo and we're trying to force people.
You got to do faster builds, man. He took the first turn. First rule of these games.
To win.
First turn's key.
So, Herc coming in with a smack. Gets a stun off as well.
He needs to go to hellhades.com and punch in maybe a build to get his team a little faster. Oh my God, 66,000
from Brunhild there. Okay.
On a boss. Can that be real? I'm sure.
Ooh.
And then we want to give people a
seen
sense of, okay, well, what does an end of campaign, like Parallax cutscene look like for us? Again, I don't want to show too much of this because I'm saving it for people that actually get into the beta and play it there, but you can see it.
Across these cracks, like a greed-flavored soup, spew forth those that want more glory, more power.
It's pretty cool, though.
Simply just more. We need an understanding of what the world now.
Anyway, not to show you all of it because then it ruins all the storyline and stuff like that in game.
Okay, there's the juicy loot, which is a level 5 or legendary helmet. Is that orange? Legendary? You get these. I see crystals. I see divine pass bonus. Hey, monetization's got to happen. 15 of whatever the heck these are for. I'm assuming that's some sort of. My initial impression is a shard that'll develop into a hole, or maybe it's. I don't know. It's for something. It's obviously something. It's obviously some kind of currency. That's all I got.
Game, but we get our reward. And then again, I'm not letting people do anything other than now go to the Sanctum. Okay, so again, we're railroading
Herc should be an epic. Hold on here. Who's that? Isn't that Zeus? Zeus is an epic? Is that Zeus? And yet Herc is a legendary? His son? His half-breed son? I don't know, I'm confused.
People that are analyzing our build in a certain direction. Can't click anything else. So we come back to the Sanctum, and now we're forcing people into the Godforge.
Oh, the Godforge.
There's going to be some stuff that I've got to censor here because it's too much
boo.
information already.
Boo. Ah, boo.
But there are different areas that...
Boo!
I'm able to kind of like show.
Okay, I see a purple something there. Is that like if this is normal shards, are they legendary and void shards, or the similar, or whatever they're gonna call them in this game?
The guys that are going to be testing this mode. So They can come in and see what these different
Yep, nothing.
areas do. So
Got
every
nothing.
one of these will have a pop-up, but we're forcing people into like the summoning environment with their crystals.
Oh, okay, but here they are here, so that's something completely different because this has got mortal, ancestral, and eternal. I don't see any quote unquote legendary, so maybe that's in the other piece. Or is it being hidden by this thing? Because I see eternal is a purple. Would it be a void? Is it special set characters, or is that the top level? I see a fourth one here, so I do see some sort of legendary summoning piece. I see an epic. So mortal would be just the regular mortals, right? And then this one is your chances for legendary, epic, and rare. And then you've got the void. I mean, I keep wanting to call it void, but we don't know what it is. Is it void? Is it for very specific off affinities things, or is it something totally different? And where are these babies? I don't see them here. Is that thing just hiding? I don't know.
All of this is still white box or grey box or whatever. Like it's just giving people the flow of how does this
Summon
game
one,
work.
summon
None of
10.
this is real. Okay, none of it's real. This is like a very early mock-up we did of a summon type of animation and how that flow goes.
Can you make that where Herc is running up to Mount Olympus holding Gilgamesh in his hands? And if you understand that reference, you're old. But I'd love to see that as the animation if we could.
Through, and then we get a hero,
Brynhild.
and we can see what their kit does in the demo, but I can't click on
Brynhild.
anything else.
She's a Valkyrie.
And then I'm basically forcing the user to do 3 summons
Oh,
here.
you gotta do 3
to get excited about, okay, this is what
Obviously,
summoning
this is
feels
gonna have
like.
some cool-
This is how this type of game works.
It's forged.
All of that stuff. Get yourself a Musashi. Very sweet. And then it's like one more summon. What
this
might
Koji?
I
Is it
get?
Koji?
It would be
Koji? I thought it was
amazing
just
if it was a
Koji.
legendary, right?
Oh, it's a legendary.
Oh! Anubis!
Crushed it.
Anyway, you get the idea. So it's kind of like that,
a
that
copy.
good feel.
You already got
of
one.
Grabbing yourself a chance
Whales,
and kind
am
of
I
look
right?
around them, see what they're up to, see what they're doing with their kits.
Is there anything new here that we haven't seen? Shepherd of Shadows, just kind of a title, legendary. He's a chaos. He's a brawler. He's Aru. He's got an aura. Yeah, so nothing here. Sanctum. Don't know what that is yet. Continue, obviously, just get back there.
It's like, okay, feels good.
Don't think
And now I'm
that's any
forcing
new.
them into the hero screen.
Okay.
And then this
Oh, these are open. These are open now. They weren't there before. Everything else, I think everything here is upgrade. Is it? I feel like he's already upgraded. So is there anything to upgrade? Maybe this is just they haven't done the switch off type thing yet. I also see some buttons over here. That's probably what lore. Trophies, don't know, and something we can't see.
screen again, I can look at my roster. We've seen this stuff before. A little bit tidied up. Only a little bit, but with the shaders and stuff like that. So some of the shaders are now starting to come through better. We're getting a better visual on some of the heroes. We're still missing VFX and all that type of stuff. Like, we've still got a load to do on this.
She needs work. I said I liked her, but I gotta say I liked her kit. She needs work. That face looks it doesn't match. The detail doesn't match the other champions, I feel.
We've still got a load to do on this screen. And it's screens that I've shown you before. Love this club. Look at this. With the Hydra heads on it. Very cool. You can actually like zoom in on some of the detail, but it still needs a bit of work on the texturing and the shaders and stuff. But it gives the person who's reviewing the game a flavor, at least, of what we're trying to achieve here. Yeah, with the different heroes. Again, you can kind of zoom in, get a good feel.
Okay,
for the...
so yeah, so look, Zeus is purple. It was purple on the other screen, but he's gold here. That's probably just that's not a thing. That's just a thing. You know what I mean? That's got to be.
graphics quality, all that type of stuff. And the light, I don't know why we've not sorted this yet. The lighting on the back of this setting is just nowhere near amped up enough. So I can't
Aziz,
see all
light.
of this amazing work that's
Another
been done.
reference.
It's just stuff that we have to fix over time. That's all stuff to fix. But basically, we can go through and see what the different heroes are up to, and see a few of the flourishes that
Glorious
we've actually got in
duelist.
already and stuff like that. And yeah, can go through each one.
Mummy.
We then have
Aye,
kind
mummy.
of like the breakdown of what the different things
Aye,
might
mum.
be. So I can come in and see what the skills are
Skills.
for each of these different elements. Some of the stuff I'm
Artifacts.
going to have to censor, so
Come
I'm not going to show you this yet, but this will
on.
be what gearing does.
Where's the gear? Come on. There's gear. There's gear and there's white, probably text and. Not fun.
And that type of stuff.
Boo.
And then what awakening does.
Oh, that's awakening.
And lastly,
Roster masteries. Oh, so there's masteries. So is that what the crystals are about, or what is that? What's is that? This or are there two different? Is it another currency? Complete hidden challenges in the world to uncover new masteries. Battle the toughest enemies to earn game-changing masteries for your heroes. Interesting.
I guess we'll show you this one. So complete hidden challenges in
guess
the
we'll show you
world
this one.
to uncover new masteries. So our mastery system is going to be like challenge based and actually mastering stuff to earn masteries. And then you can equip them to your heroes.
So it's not just a deadbeat dungeon that it needs updating for scrolls that most people just bypass by buying and skipping the whole dungeon. Just as an example.
To empower your heroes in different ways. So it's going to be a fun kind of like go out and find masteries. Yeah, and it might be you hit a certain enemy for so much damage and it unlocks a damage mastery that all of your heroes could equip from that moment on and stuff like that. So our mastery system is going to be really fun actually. But again, once we've done that, you can then come back out and then the user who is like analyzing our build has basically got free reign to then click into anything they want. So, they can look at the event screen and be like, okay, what?
Battle world bosses, there we go, to earn powerful new gods. Slay the tarnished enemies of legend to earn powerful rewards.
What
Like Medusa, I would assume.
have Godforge got planned?
I assume the world bosses, this is kind of what I pitched once upon a time. The world boss would probably be Titans, as well as the clan boss. And then the tarnished enemies would probably be like your Medusas, your Gilgamesh? I guess the Gilgamesh could be there. I don't know is Achilles is a hero, I assume. So who's his? Does that mean Hugo? What's his name? Is it Hugo? The names escape me. The guy he kills in Troy. Is Paris an enemy, or is Paris another hero? Who is the bad guy in all this? Interesting.
And for events.
Are they going to have that whole group? Are they going to have Achilles? Because if they have Achilles, then they can have Agamemnon, and all of those guys could be in this as well. That could be a new faction down the road. You're welcome for free, Simon.
So, world bosses to earn powerful new gods. Slay the tarnished enemies of legend to earn powerful rewards. It's all very top level stuff, right? We're just giving people.
By the way, the villain in Troy is Helen. Leaves her husband to be with the pretty boy and sees the fall of an entire empire, a one-city empire, as a result. Just saying.
A flavor of what different things could be. Battle against your biggest rivals in challenging trials to earn powerful rewards.
Whoa. Sanctum. What's the... Sanctum? Where did you get that?
Level stuff, right? We're just giving people...
Where did you just click that?
This is going to be really fun, actually. But again, once we've done that, and then the user who is like analyzing our build has basically got free reign to then click into anything they want. So, they can look at the event screen. And be like,
the events was Sanctum. Battle... okay, never mind.
What have Godforge got planned for events?
I had a moment.
So, world bosses to earn powerful new gods. Slay the tarnished enemies of legend to earn top level stuff, right? We're just giving people...
This is just a thing from the Sanctum. This is that front screen? Is that what's going on? Tourneys battle against your biggest rivals.
Right. A flavor
Spend
of
money.
What different things could be. Battle against your biggest rivals in challenging trials to earn powerful rewards. Very vague. Climb the temple of Ishtar for fame and glory for a tournament. What else we got here? Heroes will just take us into this screen. Index. Over 250 heroes from myth and legend. 10 different factions.
10 whoa. Whoa! Spoiler, Simon. Spoiler. So there's 10. We know Aru, Avalon, Olympus, but Jade, Ekur, and Seba? Is that the Celt? I don't even know. So there's 3 more. Plus we know okay, we have Olympus, Aru, Avalon, Norse, the Koju. Is that, I say it wrong every time. And now we've got Seba, Jade, and Akur.
What else have we got?
Look at the look on his face. I think he wasn't supposed to show that. I think he's like, oh, I just showed a bunch more factions. Missions introduce new players to the genre and drive experienced players to the best parts of the game. Carefully crafted onboarding experience. Okay.
So again, if you played this type of game before, you understand what we're trying to do. But missions will introduce new players to the genre and drive experienced players to the best parts of the game. So it's kind of helping players understand the game. Carefully crafted onboarding experience to maximize understanding and retention, and then the ability to earn amazing heroes over longer mission lines. So that's what we're aiming to do with missions. And then with quests. Daily
quest. Okay, that's
quests to bring players back, give them something to look forward to every day. Quests will be a delicate balance between variety and consistency to make players feel excited to log in or log on. And yes, we do have a shop for anyone who wants this to purely be a completely free-to-play game.
Yeah,
it's not. We do
dynamic
have a shop.
offers based on spending patterns. All right, so here's the thing. You know what? Maybe I'll save that. I don't know if that'll be in my top 5. One of the biggest things that ticks me off about Raid is that the more I spend, the less value I get. It's been proven that most of the time they have a 3 or 4 step dynamic offering. So the base offer, say 10 shards for $10, and then 20 shards is $23. So because I've spent, the next level up doesn't offer the same value. It typically offers lower value, which in a way is penalizing those who are spending, or capitalizing, if you're going to look at it from their perspective, capitalizing on FOMO and addiction, really. And at worst for them, it incentivizes not spending, because the best value is from the lower pack deals, although you don't get the same mass amount of, for example, shards is the most common example of that. So my hope is that dynamic offers, it doesn't have to be crazy. Say it's summons, right? And you get 10 for $10. And if you're a spender, all of a sudden it'll give you 20 for $20, but it'll add some other resource, just a token, something extra. And then the biggest one, say 50 for $50, but you get a little bit more. So it incentivizes you, it rewards you for spending, as opposed to penalizing you for spending. I feel is less predatory. And those who don't want to spend once in a while, hey, the easiest way to get people to spend that aren't spending is by offering, and this is the one thing that I think Raid did really well, is those they're kind of garbage now, but at one point they were really good. Those what are they called, wild card offer or whatever it is. If you haven't spent in a long while, you get offers that only you get that are insane value to get you onto the spend train. And that's, I think, the proper way to do it. My hope is that Simon's bought enough packs in previous Raid Shadow Legends that he is also very perturbed by the get less when you spend more model of predatory spending patterns that Plarium uses, and he does it the other way, which is the proper way. Buy in bulk. Even offer 3 values. I don't know. We'll see. Dynamic offer sounds like you spend more, you're going to get a different level of offer, but hopefully that level of offer is just an easier way to spend more if you want to. So if I want to spend $50, I don't have to hit the $10 one 5 times. I'm just getting it. But even more helpful would be as if you got a little bit more extra for spending more and supporting the game.
Offers based on spending patterns, data-driven pricing and layout. It's also
that data-driven pricing and layout is what made raid all their money. Well, I mean, advertise and drive people in, but as far as actually in there, is data-driven pricing. Data-driven pricing is a big thing. Again, how they use it is the real question.
Stuff to try and entice you to buy a pack. Let's be honest. And then lastly, the one here that I've not done yet, Clan Hall. Join forces with other players to defeat cooperative bosses.
That's Medusa.
And challenges for a chance at some of the best loot in the game.
We knew Medusa
Gather
was going to
together
be in
with
the
other
game, so
clans
that's
to
not
form
a
larger
spoiler.
player clusters. There's obviously a ton more stuff in our roadmap that you don't see here around what some of the different game modes will be, how they're going to look and feel. But really what we needed was something that a company that's looking to part with serious amounts of cash and invest in something like Fateless would basically be able to then get a feel of the game, a feel for what we're trying to achieve, and then we send alongside this like a timeline of when we're looking to get stuff done. So this is Demo 2.0. It's really just a build on top of what we'd already done at Gamescom, and I guess it helps us towards a roadmap of, for our next massive milestone, which starts on Monday, what things are we prioritizing to get into the beta so that you guys can start to actually experience gameplay rather than just see cool visuals. So that's going to be it for today. Let me know, is it what you were expecting, and is there anything that's caught your eye there that you're like, damn, that looks really sweet? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next one.
Okay, well there you go. Final thoughts. I mean, it's a good. By the way, there's you should check out this is their podcast, but that's the Adventures of Adam. So check out his channel as well. There we go. So 2.0 just kind of expands the UI, I think, is the biggest thing we saw there. I will say, and I don't know if we can see it again. Let me just go back. The biggest new thing I saw, there was some new tidbits, some expansions, but what I did see, if it goes into the heroes, I don't know if this one actually had it. All the different factions. But we did see 3 new factions that I don't remember seeing in any other video. So, yeah, there's nowhere else in this that it actually shows all the factions. Oh, yeah, there is. There's when we first go into this mode, right here. So we have Aru, Asgard, the Kojiki. Can someone let me know in the comments down below how to say this so I don't look like an asshole any more than I already am? Avalon and Olympus. And we already know the 3, so there was 3 new added ones. So we're at, let me just in my mind. So we've got 5 here. So now we've got 8. We know 8 of the 10. Unless, I mean, these could be placeholders, but these are starts, right? Because we knew these 3, and then add Asgard and the Japanese themed one. I'm going to stop even trying to say it because I just feel like I'm insulting people at this point. But we've got the Seba, Ikur, and Jade. So I think that's the biggest thing I got out of this. What is I feel like Seba is the Celts. It's a tree. Oh, it's Japanese Thousand Leaves. It's a habitational name from Shibagun in Shimosa. No, that's not what I want. Ceiba is a genus of trees. So interesting. Does that mean it's a nature-based? We've got feathers. So is that a native-based? It looks like Mayan. It's symbolized to the Mayan civilization. So there you go. So is that Mayan? I think so. I don't know what the Jade Empire feels like Chinese culture. Let me know the thoughts on that one. And Ikur. Let's take a look. Let's deep dive this. I'm already 39 minutes in. Mountain House. It's Assembly of the Gods in the Garden of the Gods. Wow. Okay. So this feels like it feels like the Egyptians, but it's not. It's Babylon. Mesopotamian mythology. Anu, Enlil, Enki. Okay. All right. So here's what we know. It's the not, like, it looks like they're dividing that kind of area, the Babylonian versus the Egyptian, which is, I mean, they are two different. So they say 10 mythologies across the ages. We now know 8 of them. So there's 2 more to go. It looks like for sure Avalon, obviously Aru, which is Egyptian, Olympus, Nordic, which is the Asgard, and the Japanese culture. I'm assuming Akur is, based on what I'm seeing here, it's Babylonian, Mesopotamian, maybe, but so it's kind of like also Middle Eastern, but maybe the other side of the Nile, I guess, technically. Not Egyptian, but Egyptian adjacent, like almost like Greek and Roman gods would be. And then you've got Jade, which it's so hard to say what that is. My initial was Chinese or Indian. I feel like Jade is a lot in there. Let's try a different angle here. Jade mythology. Jade symbolism and legends. Let's see what we got. The Chinese, Maori, Mesoamerican cultures prize jade. So we could be Aztecs, valued jade many more times than its weight in gold. So it could be Aztec, could be Chinese. My initial was Chinese. We have the Mayans, so why not have the Aztecs? Keep in mind that they're going to keep expanding these, so it could be 10 to 12 to 14. So, we have Olympus. Interestingly, we don't have Greek, which I feel will be the other one. I feel like, because it looks like we almost have pairings here so far. We have, if Jade's Aztec, or if it's Chinese, either one, it's got an opposite already in the game. Aru and Akur appear to be almost rivalry, if for a better term. And you've got Olympus, and maybe we've got the Greek mythos along with the Roman, the Roman along with the Greek. I got that backwards. So then the question becomes, well, what's the 10th? If you've got Avalon, to me, the natural pairing to that would be the Celts, Celtic lore. So we'll see if that's the case. And actually, if you really go to Avalon, could be Celtic lore, because it's often written that Merlin was actually a druid. So that is part of the Celtic lore. So maybe it's not that, but if it's Avalon, what would be the natural? What else would there be a natural? There's old gods in that area. There's a ton of different lore from that area, so you could pair it off. But I'm really interested about that. That's my biggest takeaway from this. It looks like it's being fleshed out, which is good. So this is a way longer thank you if you made it this far to my musings. But overall, I'm looking good. It doesn't give me anything new as far as actual, oh my god, look at that, but it gives me a lot of hints for a lot of, oh my god, look at that. Like that dungeon boss, the 9 dungeons. There's 10 different mythologies so far. 250 heroes they're going to start the game with, by looks of it, over 250, and I assume that that's going to be expanded upon, because that's the biggest way to make money. Yeah, good job so far. Looking forward to see the next update. If you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for my top 5 wish list for Godforge. Probably will come out this weekend or Monday. And have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you in the next video.